Hello everybody, it's a final video on this second Obi Flex that I made. I was commissioned by a customer to make a duplicate of my personal Obi Flex. Couple of differences that you'll find is one, the clamp card, because that is a found part cut out of old circuit boards. And the customer wanted a 1-inch blade holder as to where mine is a 7/8. So with having a 7/8, I had more room for greeblies in there. So I went with a little more shallow, thinner style greebly in this one. Just trying to do something there. Everything else is pretty much identical. Those of you that don't know, this is made mostly out of Roman's parts. This is Roman's Mark I parts. And then the Roman's Graflex Canon Model Y flash clamp card holder. And I have the switches inside the clamp card so that these are my switches. And this... there's a switch in there. It's not as clicky, but it does function well. Switches were tested well. They're pre-wired. This clamp card is not removable. With the way that I have the switch in here, you cannot close that enough or open that enough to get this to slide out. So this is meant to be permanent. To swap that out, you would have to take this off, remove the little screw to remove this out, and I just highly don't recommend that because these switches are very difficult to do, and it would probably end up being sent back to me to have to redo switches if anybody gets in there. I do have the honeycomb in here. On mine it lights up very well, but I have in-built LEDs. I hope that this will light up well with pixel install that you're getting from Brandon at Scarecrow's Workshop. So yeah, I'm just hoping for the best on that. I do have a piece of material that catches light very well in there behind the honeycomb, so that whatever light you do get, it should show evenly. So we'll just have to hope for the best on that, because I have not tested that on a pixel install, and this is close to the end of where the blade will be. So like I say, we'll just have to see. Do have a blade plug to go with this. This is your set screw for the blade retention. Should you decide, this is removable. It slides into the slot here, and it's held in with this screw. So that is removable. I might put just a little touch of Loctite on there so it won't vibrate loose. But I think it gives a nice effect when the blade is lit. Instead of having a super bright blade shining through there, I like the honeycomb it does. At the customer's request, I did put a signature in here on the inside of the pommel. Kind of a tight space. I did date it as well. And this was bored out, which I guess most of you know. If you haven't seen anything about this saber yet, this was bored out for 1-inch inner diameter all the way through, so you can use Goth .99 chassis. This was bored out also on this end even more, so that I could put an aluminum insert in here to be able to attach this booster directly to the grenade section. Sleeve here to bring this down to 1 inch, so there's no extra room for weird vibrations happening with your chassis. Chassis adapter to fit the Goth .99 chassis. It does have a set screw here, so it can be adjusted, but that is the position that From what I remember on the last Golf chassis I had, this is the position you want the holes, but that can be adjusted. My own blade holder in here, solid one-piece blade holder, machined out so that the fins can fit inside of the blade holder. I had just ground these screws down to match mine, so they're a little shiny. That will dull up. You can see how mine has dulled up and turned a nice aged look on its own. It's the same screws, so it should do the same effect. That's about it. I will be shipping this out to Scarecrow's workshop. The customer commissioned him for the install on this. And I hope you like it. Have a good day. May the force be with you guys.